So we want to touch mostly here on this idea of hidden assumptions. What are they? How do we identify them? And how do we address them? So let's start with what are they? So when we use this phrase hidden assumptions, there's a range of different ways that we can describe what they are. One phrase we can use is to say that they are things that we know but don't know that we know. Might sound a little convoluted. When you hear this phrase, things that we know but don't know that we know, what does this mean? What does this sound like we're talking about here? So let's have a look at it from this perspective of the chronology of action that we're familiar with. Vasana, thought, desire, action. Vasana, it is the dormant tendencies of the personality. We've got a whole range of inclinations, tendencies, thoughts, desires, but we're not experiencing them all at once. You may have an interest in Wimbledon or the UEFA, but while you're here listening to this discussion, those thoughts, those tendencies, those inclinations are in their dormant form. We call it the vasana. That vasana first manifests as a thought in our awareness. That thought builds as a desire. I really want to watch some Wimbledon, so I'll go and find it online. That's the action. You get up off your chair, you go to your computer, and you start looking for the Wimbledon round of 16. Vasana, thought, desire, action. So let's have a look at the same thing, but let's shift the orientation. It's going up the page instead of round in a circle. You'll also see here there's a design element. This blue gradient from bottom to top. Now it's not just pretty. It symbolizes something. It represents something. What could this represent? What could the blue aspect represent in terms of this vasana, thought, desire, action chronology? You can think of it also as the awareness, the degree of awareness. Our actions are most familiar to us, most tangible to us. We're aware of them. Desires, also I know what I want, well, at least I believe I do. Thoughts, thoughts can be running in our awareness, but we are perhaps not aware exactly of what we're thinking until we have a moment of introspection. And vasana is a complete blackout. We have no idea. So you can think of it as the degree of conscious awareness. We can be musing, our mind can be rambling on, and we're not even really aware that it's happening. Vasanas, they exist and we're completely unaware of them. But the idea here is that thoughts can operate in us without our conscious awareness. Thoughts operate to create behavior. So what it means is that knowledge or a belief can exist within the personality, but we don't notice it. It's still doing its thing, it's still operating to create desire and action, but we're not aware of that underlying thought. We don't notice it. It's hidden. It's an assumption. It's something that we believe, but we're not aware that we believe. So the hidden assumptions then are these things that we know, things that we believe, but we're not aware that we do. Because they are hidden, we need some way of identifying them.